Hi, everyone, and welcome. We bring you a regular season game with extra importance. This is Game 3 of the NBA Cup, a vital group stage contest. This is Brian Anderson, Coach Stan Van Gundy, Hall of Famer Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce round out our broadcast crew for this one. And with a new class entering the league, here is our rookie race. A look at the early returns. Plenty of time for someone who might not be on the list to become a big-time factor. Well, you look at Powell, not exactly the start he'd hoped for in the NBA, but remember, his career has just gotten started, and there is plenty of games left this season.
And he's still finding his way in this league. Not surprisingly, he's been up and down.
And this is why it's hard to judge a player in their rookie year. Everyone develops at their own pace. Not everyone will have instant success.
And the starting lineup for the Nets. Porter Jr. is the 4 with Claxton at the 5. Dimon at the 1 with Thomas at the 2. And it's Mann in at the small forward position. And for Boston, White and Brown are the wingmen. Then there's Peyton Pritchard, and it's Minot in at the 4. You look at Boston, this is their third matchup of the NBA Cup. They've gone 1-1 so far in group play.
Yeah, their hopes in the Cup ride on this game. It's a must-win, and this team knows that. I expect them to come out with something extra tonight.
And then the situation for the Nets, looking for a road win, and also their first win in group play for the NBA Cup.
Well, their chances of advancing to the knockout round, slim to none, but they're not lying down. Still a lot to play for.
White for 3, rebound Brooklyn. Last time they met in Brooklyn.
It was a narrow loss the last time they faced each other. A game they felt they should have won.
Yeah, that was a close one. In the end, they came away with the loss, and a big reason why was because their starters just kept fouling.
It's great to see a fantastic block on replay once again.
And that kind of rejection early on energizes your squad. The coaching staff just loves this kind of hustle.
White against Thomas. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. Well, Grant, for a late first-round pick, Cam Thomas is a certified bucket.
Yeah, B.A. He's got every shot in the book. And he's still rounding out the other aspects of his game. But if you need to score, that he can provide.
That free throw misses.
Everyone knows Cam Thomas shoots the ball very well. But how about everything else? This is a guy who competes for everything out there.
And the second free throw is good. And some tough salary decisions this summer for the Boston Celtics, Coach.
Well, in one way, it's a good problem to have, possessing too much talent. But with this new CBA, it's harder to retain everybody like we saw with Celtics teams of old. And look, Brown is good at capitalizing inside, which is why the defense has to push him further away.
Here's Dimon, defended by Pritchard. On the wing man. Thomas outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Launches a 3. And again, it's the Nets missing. The Celtics have gone 1 for 3 so far. Pass to Pritchard. There's a screen to the inside. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Well, White is a solid athlete. He's more than capable of getting up for these kind of throwdowns.
The Nets have gone 0 for 3 from the floor to begin this one. Here's Claxton. Good ball movement here by Brooklyn. To the paint. To the inside. Porter, the pass to Thomas. 4 on the clock. It's hauled in by White.
And it didn't register as an official block, but he did everything you want in disrupting that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
Now here's White. 11 points for him last game against the Nets in Brooklyn.
And his shot block, 4 rejections. He was causing all sorts of havoc.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Dimon takes the assist and lays it in. Nice setup.
A huge sigh of relief. 1 for 5 now. Let's see if they can keep it going.
So it's Boston now. They want to keep rolling here following the win against Brooklyn.
And we all know that on the road, you don't usually look so comfortable on the offensive end. But that was the story of the game.
Well, it comes down to preparation. They were ready for that game and kept the crowd out of it for the most part.
Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
Here's Dimon. 20 points for him last game against Boston. And then Porter with the dunk.
Well, it's hard defending Porter Jr. in the two-man game. He can roll, he can pop, he can do anything as the screener.
Celtics lead by 3. Outside, Brown. And Boston again with the bucket.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
It's stolen. And Boston pushing it up now. Three-pointer. Drops in the 3. Brown's got 9 points.
Brown does a nice job of staying ready and making himself a weapon off the ball.
Here's Dimon. Looking at his numbers, putting up 8 points a game. Claxton a screen on White. And here's Thomas from the arc. Pass to Dimon. Now here's Thomas. Shot clock at 6. Goes back up. The putback. Controls the rebound and the putback.
Just great positioning to get the rebound, then get it back up.
And so it's Pritchard with it. He brings it up for the Celtics. 6-point lead. Here's Brown. He's guarded by man. The fader. Brown can't hit.
Well, that one should be in his wheelhouse, but just off the mark.
Pass to man. Jacks up a 3. After missing his first attempt, now 1 for 2.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
So it's Boston now. Outside White. Here's Brown. Drops in the layup for 2. And that's now 11 points for Jaylen Brown.
Well, they have leaned on him offensively with good reason. Efficiency will help you win a lot of games.
Here's Dimon. Thomas outside. White with a steal. It's a one-on-one situation. And that one is hammered home.
Listen, anytime you can run, you push it. Vets like White understand that.
Nets trail by 7. Here's Dimon. Outside Porter. Claxton finds Porter. And here's man. Porter, the pass to man. Shot clock at 3. Here's Thomas for 3. That one doesn't drop. Good work defensively by White. And Boston pushing it up now. And Brown with the stuff.
One of the smoother athletes in the game. Brown just sort of glides up court in transition.
Brooklyn has gone 1 for 5 from three-point range. A cold start. Here's Dimon. Screen by Claxton. Nice assist and nice finish. Solid play all the way around. Claxton's got his second bucket on the night. Celtics lead by 7. Outside White. It's Brown on the wing. Six on the shot clock. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Brown's got 15.
Of his 8 shots so far, he's only missed 1. He's starting this game strong.
And so the timeout by Jordi Fernandez here. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Here now are the teams that have made a difference with their defense in the past 10 games. 5th on the list, the Celtics.
Well, over these last few games, they've been putting excellent pressure on the ball handlers and then turning those forced errors into easy points.
Boston on D. 9-point game. Outside man. Pass to Claxton. Here's Dimon. Fires for 3. It's rebounded by Jaylen Brown. Stan, one thing about Jaylen Brown, he seems so composed out there.
Yeah, B.A., he's very calm. Doesn't waste energy. You love a player who's this focused and calculated.
Now here's Brown. Coming off a terrific game against Brooklyn. And Brown with the stuff.
They've played with fantastic energy from the opening tip.
Yeah, they've come out with more energy and effort, and that's reflected in the score.
Nets trail by 11. Pass to man. Outside Porter. Here's Dimon. Back to Porter. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Smart play there by Porter. Working his way inside to find a reliable, close-range look.
Celtics lead by 9. And so Joe Mazzulla calls a timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy. And for both teams, it's Game 3 of the NBA Cup. But one of these teams is much more likely to advance than the other.
Yeah, but we've seen some crazy things in this tournament. Big momentum swing. So I don't put anything past anyone.
No, I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up. No, I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do is so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that, spitting slow, spitting fast, knock the roast, knock the gas, think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past and the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness, hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious, mysterious, because you are behind a fake exterior, inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior, get off of me, this ain't no humble brag, I want you to hear words, you can say them back, I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah.
Hauser, he's checked in for Boston. Simons comes in for Pritchard. Simons up top. He was another key contributor in that win against Brooklyn. They set the pick. Claxton with a rebound.
That is a rarity. When he takes flight, he usually hammers it home.
Here's Williams. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a three-point play here.
They've now had assists on each of their last 3 buckets.
All right, guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for the Celtics?
Well, they've set the tone early with their pace. So important to capitalize on transition opportunities, and it keeps the defense off balance.
And something else I've noticed is how they've been able to cause turnovers and take advantage of them on the offensive end, not wasting those extra chances at all.
The free throw drops for Williams. Simons with it. A reliable offensive contributor, putting up almost 14 a game. Fires the 3. Gets a hand on it. Nets trail by 6. Left side Porter. Pass to Claxton. The kick out to Williams. Good ball movement here by Brooklyn. Clock at 6. Here's Thomas. Count it. After missing his first 6 shots, now 1 for 7.
The ball looks so good coming off Thomas's hands. A pretty jump shot right there.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, Jaylen Brown is rounding out his game in all facets. He said, I've definitely worked on my playmaking, just being able to see the floor, making great reads, creating for my teammates, and putting pressure on the defense. Back to you, Brian.
Allie, thanks for the report. Grant, the thing about Jaylen Brown, he doesn't need a lot of space to get his shot off.
You know, B.A., he has a quick release and rises high on his jumper. Has a great up fake and can stop on a dime. Usually all the space he needs to find his shot.
Free throw good. Brown.
There are so many different roles Jaylen Brown can take on for his team.
And both free throws good for Brown. And Grant, the Nets have shown the capacity to rebuild quickly in the past.
Yeah, playing in a big market helps, but they've pivoted decisively from their Big 3 era and have the picks and flexibility to make moves.
Now here's Porter. 23 points for him last game against Boston.
And he did a lot of work on the glass as well. He impacted the game on multiple fronts.
Here's Brown. Again, the miss by Boston.
The fall away, upping the degree of difficulty. You wonder if perhaps they could have gotten a better look.
And the ball out of bounds. The Celtics will have it. Now that we're into November, let's see how the Eastern Conference standings are shaken out. Taking a look at Boston. Already they're on the outside looking in. 9th place in the conference. And of course, there's the Nets, down 4 spots.
You know, for the Celtics, a real stumble out of the blocks for them. I mean, really a lot of lackluster performances. Where's the championship spirit we were expecting?
Well, with that said, they could be a sleeping giant. If they can get it together, watch out.
Now here's Simons. Yet to see a basket. Nice move. That one falls. He's now 1 for 3.
And they've settled in quickly today. A nice flow and rhythm to their offense.
Nets trail by 8. 1:21 left to play in the first quarter. Sharp a screen on Simons. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen is the call.
Well, the league has put an emphasis to crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, and yet, we still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to police.
Celtics lead by 8. Simons deciding where to go with it. That one off the back iron and out.
And guys, his shot hasn't been falling this quarter. Time to settle down, refocus, and get a really high percentage look.
And there's the foul. It's on Chris Boucher. That's his first foul of the game. Shireman's checked in for Boston.
Number 55, Baylor Shireman.
.103 left in the opening quarter. Pass to Wilson. Here's Clowney. Count it.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Boston has gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. Here's Shireman. Williams defending. Simon's shot is good.
Yeah, and Simons takes a lot of threes because he's confident in how dangerous he can be from there.
Outside, Williams. Martin a screen. And Williams punches it home.
A dynamic finish, then decides to hang out a little for good measure.
Yep, that's the exclamation point right there. 29 seconds left in the first. Simons outside. And it's Martin with the rebound.
Yeah, he hasn't had the best night from the field, but his teammates have had his back.
Outside, Williams. From deep. He drops it from range. Now just a 4-point Boston lead. It's been all about Jaylen Brown for Boston. An insane quarter. No one could stop him. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And for Boston guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
You know, they've been relentless in how they attack the paint.
Well, if they're going to be that ferocious inside, this defense is in for a long night.
We've got Anthony Simons, Chris Boucher out there with Sam Hauser, and it's Garza in at center, filling out the middle. That's the Boston 5. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Hauser. No good with the triple.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
And stolen by Boucher. Simons outside. To the middle. Out of bounds. It'll be Brooklyn's ball. And a chance now to take a look at some numbers for Derek White.
He's been really dialed in from deep during these last 5 games. Looking assertive and in control every time he rises up to shoot from beyond the three-point line. And it's been fun to watch.
Nets trail by 4. Quarter number 2 and about a minute in. Pass to Clowney. Inside. It's intercepted. Now here's Hauser. He's guarded by Martin. There's a screen. Simons outside. 6 to shoot. Brooklyn with the board. Following this game, they hit the road to challenge the Raptors at Scotiabank Arena in Toronto. That'll wrap up this short 2-game road trip. Here's Wilson. He's covered by Simons. With a 9-footer. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. Well, Stan, Joe Mazzulla is a young head coach taking over on the Celtics bench in 2022.
Well, B.A., he's got a rare intensity about him. Certainly not afraid to think outside the box, and obviously the results speak for themselves.
And he knocks down the first one, and we're almost halfway through the group stage. Do coaches start thinking a little bit about how tiebreakers might come into effect here?
You know, maybe. Point differential is the second tiebreaker after head-to-head record. So that might be in the back of their minds. You're going to want to make sure you put up some big numbers in the group stage if you can.
Both free throws good from Sharp. Now here's Simons. 5 points in the game. Quarter 2 and about 2 minutes in. Hauser outside. Here's the 3. Sharp grabs the miss.
Gotta love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss.
And as it goes out of bounds, Brooklyn able to keep possession. And so the timeout by Jordi Fernandez here. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players.
Well, I know what their coach is preaching in this huddle. Can you guys please stop turning it over?
Here they come. It's Celtics Entertainment.
Boston with some changes. Minot's checked in for Boucher. Brown comes in for Walsh. And it's Peyton Pritchard in for Hauser. Brooklyn also changing it up. Michael Porter, he's checked in for Clowney. Mann comes in for Wilson. Dimon comes in for Martin. So it's Brooklyn now. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. Sharp passes to Porter from about 19, and he gets the jumper to drop. Porter's got 6 points.
Stepping in, Porter Jr. Mid-range jumpers are like layups for an elite shooter like MPJ.
Now here's Pritchard. He had 16 in the win against the Nets in Brooklyn.
Well, he also did a good job of making plays for others. What a performance from him.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Simons. Here's a look at what's coming up for Boston. On Sunday, they'll go up against Franz Wagner and the Orlando Magic. And then on Wednesday, they'll be taking on Cade Cunningham and the Detroit Pistons.
And looking at the Minnesota matchup, they're going to have to play flawless in that one. An opponent like that will punish mistakes, but I wouldn't be shocked if they were able to win.
Here's Dimon. Back to Porter. And now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter here. And Williams punches it home.
Oh, my! That's why we have those breakaway rims.
Dude, he risked pulling the whole thing down to the floor right there. And so it's Brown with it. He brings it up for the Celtics. Nothing on offense from them yet in the second quarter. Pass to Garza. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Nets. And this break lets us see the teams making the most of their second chances this season. The fourth spot held by the Celtics.
You've got to respect the work ethic of these guys on the offensive glass. They don't give up on possessions and hit the boards with aggression.
The Nets have got 2 of 3 shots to go in the second. Brown with it. Now Sharp defending. Pass to Minot. Here's Pritchard. And the layup is good off the glass.
The ideal pass for that situation. Great instincts.
Well, Brooklyn's shooting has been great. 57% and finding ways to score consistently. Here's Dimon from downtown. Nice D from Pritchard. And Anthony Simons has grown his reputation, but he still flies a little under the radar, Stan.
Yeah, he hasn't been in high visibility situations, like an epic playoff game that puts you on everyone's map. But opponents sure fear him and respect him. Well, you got to foul Brown harder than this because he does convert well through contact.
This will be his third free throw attempt of the game.
First team foul. What's up? Jaylen Brown at the line with 1 shot.
And Grant, one thing we've seen so far with the NBA Cup tournament, it's been an absolute blast for the fans.
Yeah, BA, it's the ideal way to make games more engaging. Fans love to brag about anything their team does, so in that regard, giving regular season games this extra slice has been a huge success.
Now here's Porter. He's got 6, just 5 to shoot. For 3, Dimon. Brooklyn, no good that time either. Boston leading by 3. Down low. Stolen by Sharp. They're running. Here's Mann. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2.
I don't mind that. I mean, they met him at the rim and temporarily prevented the points.
Brooklyn shooting their 6th and 7th free throw shots in the game.
Terrence Mann taking 2 shots.
First one falls for him.
They found their rhythm at the free throw line this quarter, trying hard to make up ground.
The Celtics making a switch here. Cade is checked in. Nick Claxton, he's checked in for Brooklyn. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Here's Simons. He's got 5. On the take, over Williams. No good, off the front rim. Brooklyn trailing. Up top, Porter. He's covered by Simons. Pass to Dimon. Now Claxton. Outside Porter. The three. Queta pulls it in. Queta's got his 4th rebound in this one. Boston has gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. Pritchard surviving the D. Pass to Minot. Nice ball movement by Boston. Kept alive. Here's Queta. Nails the baby hook.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Here's Dimon, defended by Pritchard. Here's Dimon. To the inside. Here's Claxton. Hits the rim on the way in, and the bucket is good. Claxton's got 6. And here's Pritchard, giving them some good production, putting up just around 16.5 points a game. Outside, Brown jacks up a 3. Brooklyn with the board. Claxton's got 4 rebounds now. For Brooklyn, they've gone 3 for 7 here in the second quarter. On the wing man, defended by Brown. Claxton, a screen on Brown. Man, the pass to Claxton. Brown against Williams. Outside Pritchard. Back to Brown. Oh, look at Brown. Bang it inside.
JB showing off those handles. That was a weakness of his early on. Now it's a strength.
Nets trail by 3. Pass to Claxton. On the wing, Porter. Here's Dimon. Takes it inside. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
I'll tell you, those finishes are always extra special when they come from your point guard.
Oh, forget about his passing. Can we see more dunking?
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
And so Joe Mazzulla decides to call a timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys. White's checked in for Simons. And a change for the Nets. Thomas has checked in. Brown in the high post. Rebounded by the Nets. Porter's got his 4th rebound in this one. And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair. And players these days with great ball handling, but occasionally getting away with a carry at times.
You know, BA, the old discontinued dribble. I mean, this might be where tracking cameras could start to help because that's such a tough call for an official to assess in the moment.
And it's tied up with that one.
Well, we talk a lot about Porter Jr.'s jump shot, his ability to space the floor, but I like his rebounding as well.
That misses, so he splits the free throws.
Well, he's got to be disappointed that he wasn't able to take the lead, but at least he evened things up.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Thank you, Brian. Well, the Celtics have a great 1-2 punch with Jaylen Brown and Jayson Tatum. Tatum said, JB always starts the game really aggressive. I'm a naturally laid-back guy. I kind of see things out first, and then I can essentially take over when I need to. We have found that balance. Guys, back to you.
A dangerous duo. All right, Allie, appreciate the report. So it's Brooklyn now, following the bucket by Boston. On the wing, Porter. Here's Dimon, defended by Pritchard. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a three-point play.
Well, the players will say, mouse in the house. Great job to use his size to expose the smaller defender inside.
Shooting one.
And that one misses. The Celtics have gone just 5 of 12 here in the second quarter. Pass to Minot. And there's the drive. And that one is stuffed right through.
All he needed was a little separation. So effective.
Boy, cleared the path, put him in position for a prime-time dunk.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your teammates.
Here's Dimon, following the bucket by Boston. Now Claxton. 6 points for him. Thomas outside. 4 on the clock. This one for 3. Called in by Brown.
He came out today planning to do as much damage from three-point range as possible. Well, it looks like it's time to change up the plan, guys.
Well, what a quarter he's had. You can tell he's in the flow. They should be looking for him every possession.
This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line in this game.
Second team foul.
One shot.
At the line, Jaylen Brown. At the line, shooting one.
And when you talk about Jaylen Brown, you have to bring up his two-way ability. He's a pure scorer who can also guard the opposing best wing. There aren't a lot of guys like Brown in the league.
That's been the story of their offense so far, getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
And so it's Brown with it. He brings it up for Boston. They've led by as many as 11. Following this game, they host the Magic. It'll be the second of 3 straight games on their home floor. The basket counts, and 1. He'll go to the line, a chance at a three-point play.
And force-feeding the ball inside. I mean, no reason to go away from what's working.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
At the line with 1 shot, Derek White.
1 shot. The free throw off from White.
Well, talk about a guy who gives you exceptional effort. Derek White is always watching the floor for gaps he can fill, places he can make a difference in the game.
This is why you put the ball in his hands. An accurate pass hitting a moving target.
Boston leading by 3. Pritchard with it. Up top, Brown. Claxton with a rebound. Claxton's got his 5th rebound in this one. Pass to Thomas. Fires for 3. Boston pulls it in.
Well, it's been a frustrating night for him at the offensive end. Just not able to give them any kind of a lift.
Now here's Brown.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Shot clock at 5. Now here's Pritchard. He's guarded by Porter. Fast break, Brooklyn. Here's Thomas. And the big dunk at the end of the break.
Well, Thomas must have rockets in his shoes, just exploding off the floor.
1:42 left to play in the first half of basketball. Outside Pritchard. Now here's White. Give him 8 points now. To the middle. It's tipped and stolen by Claxton. Here's Porter. And the bucket counts. And he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a 3-point play.
Second personal foul. 5th team foul.
All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Nets?
Well, they've set the tone early with their pace. So important to capitalize on transition opportunities, and it keeps the defense off balance.
And also their pressure defense is paying dividends tonight. Turning them over and getting out in the open floor and running.
And now it's time to take a look at the top defensive teams in the league right now. Boston in second.
Where this team really makes an impact is on the defensive end. They're a unified front that doesn't make it easy at all to find open looks. Showing more aggression here in the second quarter. He's seeking contact and working himself to the line.
Outside, Brown. Looking to end the run. And Brown with the stuff.
And over time, we've seen Brown ease into accepting more responsibility on offense. He's now a dangerous scorer.
Now here's Porter. He's got 10. Here's the break. Brown with it. Claxton picks him up. And the jam by Brown.
Good fast-paced play there. It's much easier to find a shot when you beat the defense back.
Brooklyn trailing. Here's Dimon. 6 points for him. Pass Pass to Porter. Now Thomas. 5 on the clock. Shoots over White. Brooklyn, no good that time either. And White has got the ball here for the Celtics. They've led by as many as 11. Up top, Brown. He's guarded by Mann. Porter against White. Takes a three. Claxton with a rebound. Claxton's got his 6th rebound on the night. It's been all about Jaylen Brown for Boston. He's been an offensive force, now with over 30 points after the quarter. And Allie LaForce has something for us on the sidelines. Hey, Allie.
Jaylen, a strong defensive effort thus far. What do you guys need to improve on in the second half?
To be honest, it could be a little better. We could all be a little better, especially me. I made a little bit of mistakes in the first half, so second half we got to clean it up.
He set the bar high, guys.
Thanks, Allie. After the break, we'll see you right back here to begin quarter number 3.
Please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot. Give me a beat. They're thinking about the shot. One more time, a round of applause for our contestants.
And we welcome you to halftime as the Boston Celtics are getting everything they can handle so far.
They're getting a lot of looks at the rim, and that defense has no answer for it.
Yeah, sometimes that happens. The opponent just doesn't have the guys to stop you.
And moving on, guys, it's early in the season, but always a good time to check out the power rankings.
Well, right now for Boston, they're one of the teams we've hoped would figure it out. Things are clicking right now, and still early enough for them to make something happen.
The way they've melded together as a team, it's been impressive. Thanks for tuning in. Now we head back to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one, as both teams trying to gain an edge. Jaylen Brown having a dominant impact in this game.
What makes him an exciting player is the ultra-aggressive mindset that we saw over and over in the first half.
Yeah, he hasn't been settling. He's getting to the rim, and that's him at his best.
Well, the Nets shooting it with confidence, 54% so far. And so in the game for the Nets, Dimon at the 1 with Thomas at the 2. Porter Jr. is the 4 with Claxton at the 5. And it's Mann in at the 3. They get it back. Here's Claxton. Deflected. White looking it over. Pass to Pritchard. To the paint. Here's Tatum. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
He put a little flair on that one.
Yes, he did. Man, he's a strong finisher, huh? Nets trail by 4. Outside Porter. Thomas outside. And the shot goes down. Thomas has got his 3rd basket on the night right there.
Showing some muscle there. Terrific job by Thomas staying locked in on the task at hand.
Right side Pritchard. Pass to Minot. Here's Kata. He's guarded by Claxton. Clock at 6. White for 3. Three-pointer goes up. Three-pointer goes down for White.
White knows he has the green light to fire from deep. Great looking 3-ball there.
Now Thomas. Lets it go from deep. Boston pulls it in. Tatum's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Celtics lead by 5. Pass to Brown. Brown gets it to fall.
And their offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
The Nets have gotten only 1 of 4 shots to fall in the second half. Porter, the pass to man. Outside Porter. Pass to Thomas, and he goes in for the dunk.
The big-time throwdown.
Check him out. Keeps the grip on that rim after the finish. A little extra emphasis. And here's Brown. 33 points for him. Sinks that one from the post. Brown's got 35.
Well, they came out of the locker room with a purpose. 4 for 4 already in the half.
Nets trail by 7. Here's Dimon. 6 points for him. Thomas, left side. The shake. Oh, the bucket's good, and he'll have a chance at one more. That one on White.
Third personal foul.
And this will be his second trip to the free throw line.
At the line for the Nets, Cameron Thomas. At the line for 1.
One shot.
Free throw good. Thomas. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. Celtics lead by 4. Outside White. Pass to Tatum. Poked loose. Pritchard fires away outside. Rebounded by the Nets. Claxton's got 8 rebounds in the game.
And that's their first miss after hitting 4 in a row to start the half.
Connects from downtown. And now just a 1-point Celtic lead.
Well, already an improvement for him from beyond the arc in this half.
The Celtics have gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to go since the break. And so Joe Mazzulla decides to call a timeout. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan.
He recognized his players were fatigued and needed time to catch their breath.
in the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. White, the pass to Brown. Up top, White. Thomas defends. White against Thomas. White can't hit. Brooklyn is gone, only 1 of 3 from deep here in the third. Here's Porter. And that misses. That would have put him up.
That's the shot you hope for. Right at the rim. Just couldn't capitalize.
Pass to White. Oh, send it home, Derek White.
Oh, what ferocity on the throwdown. I just love when he goes up with purpose.
Where was the D right there? The effort lacking big time.
And with the score as close as it is, these are the opportunities you truly can't allow.
Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. All right, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
Well, I've been a little surprised by how many mid-range jump shots they're taking and hitting. But so far, that seems to be the recipe that's working for them.
2 shots.
Yeah, all game long, they've been also playing well inside in the paint. Lots of points are coming their way thanks to them attacking the interior.
And he drops the first. Both good from the line that time. And so it's White with it. He brings it up for Boston. They've led by as many as 11. Pass to Pritchard. And the layup is good. Pritchard's gotten his second bucket.
The defense couldn't collapse quickly enough.
Nets trail by 3. There's no question. Peyton Pritchard has one of the best value contracts in the league.
Sure does, B.A. He's on a 4-year, $30 million deal signed back in 2023. He's a tireless worker, a talented scorer, playmaker, and, of course, outside shooter.
And the Celtics in possession here, following the bucket by the Nets. Outside White. No good on the 3. The Nets have gone 5 for 9 from the floor in the third quarter.
And they're just 1 foul now away from the penalty.
Second personal foul, 3rd team foul.
Here's Dimon. Give him 8. Claxton, a screen on Pritchard. Inside. It's stolen away.
Oh, that's some pesky defense. Should have thought twice before attempting that pass.
Brown, no good.
Yeah, you know, he usually makes you pay from that range.
On the wing, Porter for the lead. Jaylen Brown with a rebound.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Pass to Pritchard. Banked it in off the glass. Pritchard's got 4 points in the quarter.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area, huh?
Nets trail by 3. Claxton up top, and he drives in. And Claxton throws it down. And that's a double-double for him now.
Huge size disadvantage for the defense. Might as well just get out of the way.
For Boston, they've gotten 7 of their first 11 attempts to go in this half. Now Pritchard, 6 points for him. They set a pick. Pass to Minot. Outside, Brown. 5 to shoot. Nice ball movement by Boston. Pritchard, no good. The Nets have gotten 6 of 11 attempts to fall so far in the third. And here's Porter outside, and he's now 6 for 11 after that one.
Well, that's his game. Porter Jr. is a knockdown shooter off the catch.
Boston has gone just 1 of 5 from three-point range here in the third quarter. Brown with a screen. Pritchard, the pass to Brown. Shot clock at 6. Great D that time from Mann. Brooklyn has gone 2 for 5 from 3 since halftime. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
Well, he's just dominating right now. If his teammates are smart, they'll keep getting him the ball.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Nets.
Well, their passing has been just exceptional, and it's opened up the floor for them on numerous occasions.
They're also finding a lot of points tonight off transition play, running the floor and using the fast break to beat the defense.
We have a dancer.
Here for the Celtics. Hauser comes in for Brown, and Anthony Simons subbed in for White. And a change for the Nets. Wilson's checked in for Porter Jr.
One shot.
Free throw good. Thomas. Celtics trail by 5. Pass to Minot. And here's Pritchard. Simons outside. Over Thomas. And it's Simons missing.
I know he's on a cold streak, but he can't let that get in his head.
Yeah, they might want to draw something up here to get him something at the rim or get him to the free throw line. Sometimes that's all it takes to snap a cold streak.
And that one's good, man.
They're really settling into a nice rhythm now, starting to gain the upper hand.
Yeah, you're seeing their offense in a flow. Now it's time for their defense to turn up the heat a little more.
Here's Keita. He has 6. Simons outside. Thomas with a steal. Here's the break. Pass to Wilson. Count the bucket. Coming off a perfectly placed pass. And it's a 9-point Brooklyn lead.
And they're playing rock-solid basketball right now. Really starting to see that lead grow.
Well, that third quarter is when you want to increase your lead. Really building it up before that final quarter.
Timeout. And so Joe Mazzulla calls the timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. And founded back in 2020, the National Basketball Social Justice Coalition still pushing for voting rights and eliminating bias in the justice system. A lot yet to be done, Greg.
Yes, indeed, BA. And give them a follow. I mean, it's so much important work. and it takes all of us to really create the change we all hope to see.
Checked in for Boston. Sharp, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Brooklyn on D. Pritchard, the pass to Hauser. Simons outside. To win the cold spell. Gets the 3 ball to go. Simons has got 8 points.
Well, you see that quick release, and Simons right on the money.
Pass to Wilson. Here's Dimon. Launches it. Minot pulls it in. Minot's got 5 rebounds in the game. Thomas against Simons. And there's the screen. Brooklyn pulls it in. Their biggest lead of the game was 9.
He's been just a little off the mark tonight. Really the story of the game so far.
And there's no question that Thomas can fill it up. And when he's hot like this, give Cam the ball and clear the way.
And so it's Pritchard with it. He brings it up for the Celtics. Trailing by 8. On the wing, Simons. 5 on the clock. Over Thomas. Another miss by Simons.
Oh, love the intensity in which they're hitting the boards.
Pass to Wilson. Now Sharp. Here's Dimon. Give him 8 points now. To the paint. Here's Mann. Howard down after the assist. Led him to the lane.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
Well, that's too easy. As he says, let me add to my highlight reel.
Here's Pritchard after the basket by Brooklyn. 1:11 left in the third quarter. Out to Simons. And it's good. Fought through contact. Hit the shot and will go to the line. No doubt Anthony Simons has shown he can be a 20-point-per-game scorer in this league.
Yeah, the shooting is great. He's a natural at finding his shot, but he'll be targeted at the other end. That's where he's got to improve.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Boucher comes in for Minot, and it's Jaylen Brown in for Pritchard. And that one falls for Simons.
Is such a great scorer. Simons can carry an offense for a stretch. Now he's working on the night-to-night consistency.
And adds a few more points to their lead, showing off some style.
Wow, that was prime time stuff right there. .54 seconds left in the third. Simons against Martin. On the wing, Simons. 11 points in the game. Goes up on the baseline. That's short off the rim. Nets leading by 9. Williams passes to Porter. Driving inside. Martin outside. Pass to Porter. Down low. Here's Sharp. That one drops, and it comes off an assist from Porter. Porter's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Simons with it. Yep, count it. Simons got 8 points here in the quarter.
Oh, explosive crossover. How's that for a move?
And so it's Brooklyn with a 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. And it's all due to their ability to own the paint. They've been dominant down low. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Now that is an elite level dish. What a great passer.
Fourth quarter action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Jaylen Brown is out there with Anthony Simons. Then it's Sam Hauser. Then it's Chris Boucher. And it's Garza in at the 5 down low. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Now here's Brown. Over Williams. Brown no good.
And they just continue to dominate the boards.
Williams passes to Martin. On the wing, Porter. There's the triple. Boston pulls it in. Brown's got 5 rebounds tonight. Pass to Simons. Puts up a 3. Rebounded by the Nets. Sharp's got 4 rebounds in the game. Brooklyn leading by 9. Martin outside. To the inside. And Williams punches it home.
And sends it home with some passion.
I think he's rubbing it in a little bit here, hanging up there like that. We played just over a minute here in the fourth. Brown against Williams. Left side, Brown. Out to Simons. Hauser outside. Counted from distance. Hauser's gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. And the Nets shooting 59% in this one, a good average. Outside Sharp. Pass to Wilson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Williams. Outside Porter. Now Martin. Porter with a screen on Simons. Now here's Williams. From outside the arc. Hauser grabs the board. Celtics trail by 8. Simons outside. Nice ball movement by Boston. Lets the 3 fly. Hauser passes to Garza. And it's off from 3-point range.
Part of why they have this lead, they're doing the little things out there.
Simons against Martin. Outside Sharp. Pass to Porter. Fires from 14. Hits the front of the rim and out. And so Brown will bring it up for the Boston Celtics. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. Here's Garza. Outside, Brown. Count that bucket. Brown's got 37.
Yeah, despite them being behind, he's been impressive, but he can't do it all by himself.
It's Martin on the wing. He's covered by Simons. Here's Porter. That shot makes him 7 for 14. He's been good tonight.
Well, normally we see Porter Jr. shoot it from deep, but I'd love to see him go inside more. He has great length and touch.
Now here's Brown. Rebound Brooklyn. They've led by as many as 11. And now the Nets on the break. Here's Wilson, defended by Hauser. Wilson passes to Porter. Now Williams fires the three. Simons with a rebound.
Well, so far in the second half, he hasn't been able to get another three to fall.
Outside, Brown. Pass to Garza. 4-3. And it's Martin with the rebound. Martin's got 4 rebounds now.
There's one principal reason why they're sitting on this lead. Rebounding.
Yeah, it seems like Porter Jr. could do even more of this, attacking right at the rim.
Celtics trail by 10. Simons outside. Pass to Garza. It's Brown on the wing. Boston, no good that time either.
Just enough of a shot contest to bother him.
Williams against Brown. Williams' shot is good. And it's a 12-point Brooklyn lead.
And talk about imposing your will. That's 10 straight points in the paint.
Martin against Simons. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Well, defensively, it's tough to chase Simons all over the floor.
Anthony Simons at the line for 2 shots.
And that one falls for Simons.
Well, you have to appreciate a high-octane player like Anthony Simons. He runs the floor and just outworks other guys every chance he gets.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Cadis checked in for Garza. Minot comes in for Boucher. And Derek White subbed in for Hauser. So Brooklyn going with almost an entire new group here. Claxton, he's checked in for Sharp. Mann comes in for Wilson. Cameron Thomas checked in for Williams. Dimon comes in for Martin. Here's Dimon. Pass to Thomas. Here's Dimon. He's guarded by White. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. Mann. Off target from outside. Celtics trail by 10. Here's Simons. Cashes in the 12-footer. Simons got 12 points in just the second half.
From the mid-range, Simons' quickness is a big advantage.
Brooklyn has got nothing to fall from outside the arc here in the fourth. 0 for 4. Pass to Dimon. Thomas against Simons. Here's the pick. And he throws it down with one hand.
All he needed was a little separation. So effective.
Boy, cleared the path, put him in position for a prime-time dunk.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your teammates.
So it's Boston now. The Nets making their last shot. And here's Brown for three. Great D that time from Mann.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
Oh, a rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish. Here's Brown. Solid shot from a distance of about 14 feet. Brown's got 39.
I mean, he's doing all he can. He needs help out there.
Here's Dimon. To the middle. Here's Thomas. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
A brilliant dunk. And he hangs up there for a while, too.
Like he's posing for the camera. He's just hanging out, posing for pictures, just making himself at home. Simons outside. Back to White. From the arc. Claxton with a rebound. Claxton's Nets leading by 12. Here he goes. Dimon, that's good.
Their defense just falls apart once the ball goes inside.
And so it's White with it. He brings it up for the Boston Celtics. Outside, Brown. Just 5 to shoot. He hits it just before the shot clock expires. Brown's got 41. Outside man. Good ball movement here by Brooklyn. And Boston pushing it up now. Rips down the breakaway slam.
What a two-way play. Just tremendous.
Yeah, the steal was slick. The slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
Here's Dimon, following the bucket by Boston. Here's Porter. Puts it up from 17. Cleared away by White.
Big rebound on a night where they haven't exactly controlled the glass.
Rebounded by Porter. Nets leading by 10. Here's Dimon. Porter up top. And the call will be against Derek White. That'll be foul number 5 on him. And Jordi Fernandez calls timeout, rallying his guys to make sure they all know the plan.
Here we go, fans. Time to make some noise for Boston's own Celtics Entertainment.
The Celtics making a switch here. Pritchard's checked in. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Hey, guys. Well, Jordi Fernandez was just reviewing the plan with his team. And they told the team, let's keep doing what we're doing. We're up. Do not forget that. They told their team to just relax, to have fun, and to finish this one out. We'll see if they do, guys.
Good job there, Allie. Thanks. Thomas against White. 6 on the shot clock. Now here's Thomas. He's covered closely. Can't get it to go. Celtics trail by 10. Brown outside. The sweet reverse. Nice finish.
Great call having Brown run pick and roll. He is so confident with the ball in his hands.
Nets leading by 8. A minute 53 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Dimon. Outside Porter. He's off from 3.
Defensive breakdown there, and they got lucky. He's not going to miss too many of those.
With the step back. Oh, the stuff!
And coming down the stretch, both teams still playing fantastic offense.
Yeah, in hopes that your opponent is just going to go cold. That's not going to happen, it doesn't look like in this one. This might go down to whoever has the last possession.
Namias Tatum at the line, shooting
1. And the free throw, no good. The Nets with the lead. And we've got 1:18 left to play in the fourth. Now Claxton. Oh, that one's off. Still out of sync.
You know, I think it's desperation time for them.
It's not going to be easy now. They're going to need just about everything to go right from this point on.
Now here's Pritchard. And he slams it down.
Well, he can play the 4 because he gets off the ground so well.
And Thomas has got the ball here for the Brooklyn Nets. They've led by as many as 14, and they recover it. And the call will be against Derek White. And so he's picked up his final foul, and he'll sit the rest of this one out.
Yeah, too bad he fouled out. But this team does have some depth at his position.
Number 4, Anthony Simon.
4-point game. And he commits the intentional foul.
Taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He drops the first one, and that puts him up 5. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses. This play could decide the game.
Can't afford any mistakes here, B.A.
It's good.
Got it in deep, and that's how you do it.
Six-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Grant, they'd love to milk the clock here.
No question. They're in a great situation right here.
On the wing man, defended by Brown. Claxton a screen on Brown. The drive by man. It's in!
Really feels like they're in control. They've got a big lead with time dwindling.
Yeah, and at this point, the focus is take care of the ball, no needless fouls, and no threes.
And the Celtics call time here. They're trailing by 5. Given the situation here, what sort of strategy needs to be top of mind?
Searching for a fast bucket, then a way to stretch things out.
Yeah, and then they have to foul quickly and hope for some misses at the line.
No debate there. He got hammered.
First personal foul, third team foul. At the line for your Celtics, Peyton Pritchard. At the line for 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that shrinks the margin to just 4. It's both from the stripe, and the timeout called here by Jordi Fernandez. There is a lot on the line, and he is determined to make sure everyone's on the same page. And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible.
And a smart choice right there. I mean, you can't allow them to just drain the clock.
Shooting for Brooklyn, then the line for 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that gives him a 4-point cushion. So he gets them both, and it's a 5-point game.
And that'll just about do it. Coming through at the line in a big spot.
And Boston calls time here. They're losing by 5. All right, guys, what's your take?
They just haven't put it all together tonight.
But they're not going down without a fight. They'll keep game planning and playing until the final whistle.
Let's loose for 3. Oh, it misses. So we see the Nets get the win here. And they get their first win of the NBA Cup, moving them to 1-2 in the group stage.
And it's going to be tough for them to move on to the next stage of the Cup. But a win is a win.
And that'll do it, folks. Alongside Stan Van Gundy, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson saying thanks for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. And now, time for our player of the game, Michael Porter.
I don't ever slow up.